Hey everyone, and welcome back. Thank you for joining me each and every week like you do. It means a lot, and I really appreciate it. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, I noticed a few things different right now. Well, one, we're in a different angle. I'm recording in the same room that I always record in, just we're at a different angle because I forgot the stand that I put the tablet on each and every week. I left it at the church. We use it for worship on Sunday. The tablet gets used for that to live stream onto Facebook. And then I use it to record each and every week and to also do some other things with it sometimes. But this angle allows, well, you to see another part of, I guess, this room that I record in. One of them, as you see behind me, my bulletin board here, I got these little lapels right here. And lapels are a little pin that you would put either like in your hat or on a suit coat. And when I travel, I don't buy t-shirts because, well, you wear them like 3 or 4 times and then they become painting or gym shirts. So instead, I buy like all that, and they cost like anywhere from $10 to $20 sometimes. And so I buy these little lapels, which are a lot cheaper. They're like $3, and I just stick them on a corkboard. So I have all sorts of things from places I've traveled, anywhere from Houston to Knoxville, Iowa, to South Dakota, Anaheim, California, which I haven't been, but somebody gave a pin to me from there, to Salt Lake City, Utah. Anywhere I've traveled, I tend to buy a little lapel and put it up on this board. So that's a little bit about me. The other thing you might notice that's different is my hat. Got a new hat. Well, it's Stanley Cup playoffs. The Wild are playing on a play-in series, and I'm super excited. I'm a diehard Wild fan, if you didn't know that about me. So even though the games start at like 9 at night, well, it's summer, and sometimes bedtimes go a little late, so they're going to go a little late for me as I stay up and watch those Wild games. Diehard fan, I gotta have it. Gotta watch it. Hopefully they do it pretty quick and don't do it in Game 5. If they win, they go into the Stanley Cup playoffs, and they will hopefully go far. That's my hope. But there's other sports starting up. The NBA is going. MLB is going to full swing, and no matter where you go, get it? No, full swing. No matter where you look on the TV, there is always a sport right now, and it's a good time to watch. So anyways, we're not lighting a candle this week because, well, last week I asked you guys to submit your questions on what would happen when you meet new people. And as we know, we said goodbye to Pastor Tom last week, and he is now retired. He's on his way to Colorado, where he is going to enjoy lots of time with his wife and with his grandkids and his son, and we wish him nothing but the best of luck with whatever he does in his retirement. But when we say goodbye to somebody who retires, we also now have to say hello. And that's why I asked you guys to submit your questions. Some of you submitted them in video form. Some of you submitted them in just messages. And either way, what we're going to do is we're going to head to the church. There's 2 people I'd like you to meet. One of them, though, is Pastor Sue. I wasn't able to get her for a video interview because she was coming all the way from Baltimore, Maryland. She quarantined herself for 2 weeks and then drove all the way from Maryland here to Fergus Falls, Minnesota to be with us. So she's currently driving, and we'll get in actually probably tonight, and I will meet her a little bit tomorrow and talk with her, but with video editing and how long that takes, wasn't able to get her in for this week. So maybe she'll be up for it next week. We will see, and hopefully we'll keep you posted on that. But we're going to go to the church and meet our other interim pastor, and, well, he's a pretty cool guy. I'd like you to meet him. So let's go for a drive. Come on. All right, so we're at the church now. We got on a drive, and I have somebody new I want to introduce you to. This is Pastor Doug Stave. Am I saying that right?
Yes, you are. Yep.
All right, he is our new interim associate pastor, and if you remember Pastor Jeff, that was what Pastor Jeff did, except we're going to have Pastor Doug for a lot more, and you'll see more and more of him throughout. And you guys submitted your questions on what you wanted to ask somebody new when you met them. So we're going to ask them away, and some of them will have a video because some of you included videos for it. So first up, what is your favorite food?
Well, I would have to say a cheeseburger. In fact, yesterday morning, I knew I wasn't going to get a cheeseburger for lunch or supper, so I made a cheeseburger for breakfast yesterday. So I love cheeseburgers.
Awesome. And next question that was submitted, what is your favorite Bible story?
Oh, there's a lot of them, but I would say one of my favorites is where the 4 people are carrying a man who is paralyzed to Jesus. And the house that they want to get into is full. And they could have just said, well, not today, I guess I'll just go home. But instead they went up on the roof, they cut a hole in the roof, and they let this man down. And Jesus looks up at the 4 of them and says, great is your faith. And it just tells us that we are part of that ministry of bringing others to Christ. It's the perfect story for that.
Do you have any pets?
Well, I don't have any personal pets, but I've got 3 rabbits that belong to my grandchildren that I take care of. So make sure they're fed, built them a little hutch and all of those things. So I'd have to say 3 rabbits.
What is your favorite TV program?
Now, this is an old one. Some of the younger people might not even recognize it, but I'd have to still say it's Seinfeld. I don't think there's anything out there yet that would beat that for me.
What do you want to be, or what did you want to be when you were little, when you grew up?
Well, when I was in junior high, that age, I really wanted to be a helicopter pilot. I can remember that. But then after that, once I got into high school, I really wanted to farm with my dad. That stayed until my last year of high school, actually. I never was able to do that, but if you asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, it would have been a farmer.
Wondering what college you went to.
Because I wanted to be a farmer, even my senior year in high school, I applied at NDSU, thinking that was the farm school to go to. And I stayed there. Even after my career goals had changed, I stayed at NDSU in Fargo.
Do you happen to have a hidden talent?
Well, I'm not much of a perfectionist, so making furniture, when you see a piece of furniture, every line and everything is perfect in it. But if there was a hidden talent, I love to make furniture. I have a beautiful coffee table made out of bird's eye birch. Get all the bees in the order there, bird's eye birch. And it took a lot of time. But that might be my hidden talent, to be furniture building.
And what's your favorite color?
That's a harder one. I'm just going to say blue. I don't know if I have a favorite color, but if it were, I would probably always pick blue.
What's your favorite board game?
Monopoly. In fact, when I was teaching school, if we would have kind of an open day, maybe on a Friday if the kids had been working hard, we would start a Monopoly game in the morning and we'd run through it all day, and people would just kind of move in and take different spots and kind of take over for someone who couldn't play, or for me if I couldn't play. I love that game because it can be short or it can be long, and it has lots of different options to it.
So I added this question in. What sport teams do you cheer for?
Okay, I would have to say, that I am a Bison fan. When I was at NDSU, they didn't have a winning football team. So I've been a Bison fan long before they were in their glory days right now. But I also like the Vikings because I think they are the underdog all the time. They always kind of make you think, oh, we're going to make it this year, and then they aren't able to, but to stick with them. So I guess I'd put those two.
So you guys are probably great to hear that he's a Vikings fan. Looks like we're going to have some more fun in the office here this fall. Another question that actually one of my friends that watches submitted this. Who's your favorite superhero?
I thought about this one, and I put Superman, not because of what he can do, but because who he kind of hides himself as Clark Kent, just this dorky guy that works for the newspaper, and that underneath that is someone else. So I guess that would be the one. He's probably outdated, but Superman's the one of the superheroes of today, but it would be Superman.
And I think you touched on this a little earlier, but what hobbies do you have?
Well, I do enjoy woodworking. I do enjoy making things out of wood and those types of things. I enjoy different types of construction. I'm working on getting ready to pour a driveway right now in a house that we've been working on for a couple years. So those would be one of my hobbies. But right now, as I don't know if I can call my grandkids a hobby, but if I have free time, that's usually what I'm doing is with our 5 grandkids, and just doing whatever they're doing would be what I do with my free time. And I don't know, can you call grandkids a hobby?
It's what you spend your time on, yeah, you can.
Yeah, but that's who I spend most of my free time with now, is our 5 grandkids.
Awesome. So this is Pastor Doug. There's a lot more to him than just what we have asked. Like we mentioned earlier, these are the questions that you submitted. If you want to get to know him a little bit more, feel free to reach out to our church. We can put you into contact with him in one way, shape, form, or another. And as we start doing some things here in the fall, you'll see his face around, and I hope that you just take the time, get to know him. He's a pretty cool guy from what I've gotten to know so far, and I can't wait for you guys to meet him. So,
all right. Well, I'm excited to meet you too. And if you do recognize me out in the community someplace, and I don't recognize you, just please say hello. That helps me get to know you and connect your name with a face. So, anxious to get to know you and hear your stories.
All right. So until then, like we end it every week, stay safe, stay healthy, drink lots of water, and wash your hands. Until then, we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Goodbye.